Hey Moon Magic family, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me. We are about to begin a new moon month with a new moon at 0 degrees Aries. There is a ton of really big astrological stuff happening at the moment, just tons and tons of it. And this entire moon month is absolutely loaded with the energy of new beginnings. So first of all, I am going to draw cards and runes for every single zodiac sign. We're going to do little readings, and then I am going to give you a rundown of absolutely everything that's going on astrologically. And I'm going to give you a rundown also of every single phase of the moon and the kind of energy that you can expect to be feeling over the coming moon month, and also how to use that energy. There's just so much happening. So what you're seeing in front of you, first of all, beautiful souls, are 4 cards that are showing us the overall flow of energy for the end of March and then into April. These are the cards and the runes that were drawn in the Manifest with the Moon Astro-Moon diary. These were drawn for March, these were drawn for April, and they really give us such a clear indication of what we can expect. And so I'm going to use these 4 cards as a baseline for all of the zodiac card readings that I'm about to do. So let me give you the rundown of this energy, and then we will build on that energy for each individual sign of the zodiac. Super souls, remember that if you know your sun sign, your moon sign, your rising sign, or if you know your chart, if you know that you have any number of placements of planets in any particular sign, it is really worth actually checking out both of those readings or all of those readings, because you will find the dynamics will have an impact on different aspects of your world. So this is the rune Berkana of growth, and this is the rune of harvest, Jira. Take your time and opportunity. These are the cards that let us know that during the month of March, kind of quite a lot was going to be happening. A lot of things have been shown to us that actually are sometimes quite unexpected, but opportunity, this card, it asks us to look beyond the obvious. Take your time says evaluate. So what we've been seeing with some very intense energy actually during March already are things that are being brought to light, brought to the surface, that we need to look at, understand, check out in order to then build and embark upon. I guess it's like building a new and potentially different basis or foundation for the future. So some of the things that we are manifesting, we may have been given indications of how to move them forwards. But there will also have been other things that are being brought to light that we're needing to address and change, and actually certain things that we may even need to be letting go of in order to move forwards and build a solid foundation for ourselves for the future. Now, as we shift into the energy of April, we have the rune of signals and we have the rune of possessions. Possessions, nourishment. This is ambitions, ambitions satisfied. It's a lovely rune. The spiritual warrior really highlights that during April, so in this entire moon month, we're still having some of this going on initially, then we see a shift as we move into April where we can make very clear choices and decisions, because we've been shown the signs that we need to see. Synchronicities, we can expect synchronicities to be very prevalent. We've been shown stuff often in unexpected ways, things brought to the surface during March. As we move into April, we can expect to be given the opportunity to act upon that information, those signs. We can see the universe potentially orchestrating to support our moving things forwards, to actually, to know that we can start to take action. We can start to make very conscious, mindful choices about how we now move forwards. What kind of a platform, what kind of a future do we want to build during this new astrological year? Aries is the beginning of a new astrological year. I know we don't mark it. You know, our new year starts on January the 1st. Astrologically, this is the new year. It's a new astrological year. For us, we've had the January the 1st, and now it's almost like we get a second take. And the energy of the universe is actually now working with us to create a stage of new beginnings. If you set New Year resolutions on January the 1st, now is the time to reevaluate those resolutions and to kind of set your pathway for the coming astrological year. I hope that's making sense. So, Super Souls, let's dive into the actual readings for all of the signs, building upon this information. You'll find the timestamps in the information box below, and there's a ton of timestamps because I'll put them in for all of the zodiac signs. I'm also going to put them in for the moon, the different moon phases through the moon month as well, because if you find yourself at any point having an intense moment or a bit of a wobble and you're not sure what's going on, it's really grounding if you check out the incoming lunar energy. And if you realize, gosh, this was going to be a bit spiky today, but it will soon pass, it can really help you to navigate through that period. So I will put timestamps not only for all zodiac signs, but also for all the moon phases throughout the entire moon month as well. Welcome, Aries. So first thing I'm going to do is draw some tea leaves for you. Now, the cards you've got in front of you and the runes here are the cards that were drawn in the Manifest with the Moon Astro-Moon diary for March and April. This is the changing over of energy. So we're going to use them as a baseline, and we're going to draw more cards for you for this moon month. And let's have a look and see what we have. Your tea leaves, first of all, are handshake. A meeting with a stranger could be important. Now, this is very interesting given that we are in a month that's really quite dynamic in terms of potential openings. We then have crown. Honor and respect will come to you. Okay, opportunities are waiting for you. Door and crib. Birth or conception of a child or enterprise. Aries, I actually want to say that I'm incredibly excited for you. Okay, let me move your tea leaves over. Actually, I'm just going to put them in a really central place. Right. Aries, whatever you are working on, I think this is a really, really helpful month for you when something can be moved forwards. You can actively work at something. Obviously, Aries, happy birthday. I mean, this is a new zodiac year. It's also your birthday time. You know, the sun is now in Aries. We start this month with a new moon in Aries, March the 21st. We end this moon month coming into another new moon in Aries, an eclipse new moon. Aries, the energy for you guys is phenomenal. Now, if we think of the flow of energy, take your time, opportunities are coming to you. Berkana, opportunity to start a new phase of life. So whether you're upgrading something that's existing or creating anything brand new, there's huge opportunities around you. You're going to be shown exactly what you need to see in order to make the right choices and decisions. But really interestingly, Aries, I actually feel with you guys, it's more than just being shown something. You're actually given something. A meeting with a stranger could be important. Honor and respect will come to you. There's something very powerfully validating about your position here. I'm going to draw some more runes as well for you. Okay, what do we have here? So we have breakthrough is our first rune. We have the rune of harvest showing up again. We have the rune of defense. This is interesting. We have the rune of constraint and we have the rune of wholeness. Okay, what I'm going to say to you, Aries, is if during this moon phase, because it's really primed for you guys, I mean, this is, I sort of almost want to say, look, this is the gift of a month for you in terms of the moon month. There's significant opportunities for you to really break free from things that have previously held you back. Not just to break free, but literally to birth, to create, to bring in the new. Not just to be shown a doorway, but for you to actively open it and walk through it. Aries, I think this is a phenomenal month for you. I really, really do. The energy is gathering momentum for all of us. By the time we move to the end of this moon month, we're moving into the Mercury retrograde energy. But at the beginning of this moon month, it's full steam ahead. For you guys, it's extra specially full steam ahead. Aries, this is stunning. It's a stunning month for you. Now, I'm going to be drawing tons of additional cards in the extended readings, which I post on Patreon. You are very welcome to join me there if you wish. It's a site that works on the basis of donations. You can donate as little or as much as you wish, and I also do a tutorial there. But Aries, truly, if there was one month of the year, obviously it's your birthday time, so the energy's around you anyway, but if there's one month of the year when it's kind of like, just seize the moment, go, this is it for you. I mean, you know, these are such powerfully positive cards. If anything comes into your world that feels as if it's restricting or not actually moving you forwards, goodness me, Aries, just trust that it's coming in with purpose. You're being shown something. I will, before we wrap up, I'm going to draw you, a spirit animal guide as well, just to see what kind of energy walks with you. Swan, Grace. You see, I just feel like you're going to breeze it, okay? You who glides across the waters of my soul, bring me your wisdom and light. Help me transform into elegance and grace. Inspire me with dignity and the spirit of beauty. Right, Aries, I just feel like this is a month when I think you can really make things happen. It's not just a small new beginning, it's a huge new beginning for you. It's kind of like the energy is with you. I almost feel as though the universe will be orchestrating around you to bring you anything and everything you need to glide through what is actually quite a fast-paced moon month. Just gifts coming in, opportunities, respect, honour, I feel like everything you need will come to you this month, Aries. This is a month of feeling very blessed. If there is anything that you feel restricted by or frustrated about, or something that doesn't feel okay, I would see it as a sign that is helping you to make the right choice and the right decision and to move further towards your calling, your destiny, your pathway. Whatever feels right for you, Aries, during this moon month, that's the way to go. Super Souls, thank you for joining me here on YouTube, and for those of you on Patreon, I will see you in the bigger extended readings. Tons of love to you all. Hey lovely Taurus, what is this moon month showing for you? Now the cards we have, so far, wow, these cards are really, gosh, I mean it's a big pack, but nevertheless, do you know what, there are your cards. That is fascinating. I was kind of feeling like, is this right, is this wrong? But those, absolutely, this is right for you. Okay, Taurus, these are the cards that are for March and for April. So this is the overall flow of energy that the Manifest with the Moon Astro-Moon diary showed us. So you have Boot, increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. You have Goldfish, increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. Sunrise, new creative ideas, new ventures, a fresh start. And Bridge, successfully overcoming a problem. Taurus, this is magical and very much in alignment with the overall flow of energy this month. I mean, this is super nice. Really very clear advice for you, actually, Taurus, which is, I sort of feel there's massive opportunity here to overcome something that may previously have been holding you back, but you do need to actually work at it. Effectively, you're being given a message here and guidance of empowerment. It's like, Taurus, if you want to achieve your goals, your dreams, your ideas, and you want to bring them to fruition, step up your effort, because you will successfully overcome anything that is standing in the way. In March, Berkana, the rune of growth and harvest, with take your time and opportunity. These were the cards and runes for March. The flow of energy for the end of this month. We are coming to the end of the month, but as we then move into April, it's kind of like we're in this zone when we're being given opportunities so that we can make clear choices and decisions and move things forwards. The energy is totally with you, Taurus. There's no question of it. But it's very much about you taking charge of your own efforts. I think the more you invest, the more you will receive. And don't worry about obstacles. I just think you're going to kind of creatively move through and beyond them. Let's draw some runes for you. Okay, so you have the rune of initiation and Othilla, the rune of separation, and the rune of joy. Well, that's super, super nice. And you also have the rune of harvest showing up again. Okay, this is fab. Right. I'm really, really loving your cards and your runes. So, Taurus, I actually do feel that the Othilla, the rune of separation, it's very interesting because in your reading, the energy coming through here for you, Taurus, is, I feel like it's letting go of a perspective, okay? With the rune of initiation, this is you coming through and out the other side from something that has, I think you've had to basically process something. And you know how when we, when we go through something and we process something and we feel like we've got it sorted, and then somehow somebody or something comes along, presses our button again, and we think, oh gosh, not again. I thought I'd sorted that, and yet here I am emotionally maybe feeling this again. I'm seeing you, it's almost like you come to a realization, Taurus. I think something comes back up again to show you that you've fully separated from it, because we have the rune of joy and the rune of harvest. So just as I think you have been over time, that's what I'm seeing, processing something that was quite big, it's kind of like you get to a point where I think you kind of, something can come in again, it can press your buttons, and it just doesn't affect you anymore. And you kind of realise you're through and out the other side of this. You've successfully crossed that bridge. I think this is a moon month where you come to a realisation, Taurus, that is now behind you, and it frees you up to kind of invest your energy where you want to put it. I feel like in terms of joy and harvest, I think this is the first time in a long time when you find yourself having it's like you get your energy back. And something that was a bit of a drain or an emotional button presser, I think you genuinely get to a point where you know through and through and through that this is no longer tying you down. Let's draw a spirit animal card as well to see what we are shown for Taurus. Loon, intuitive. Listen to the song in your soul. Trust your intuition as you have a way of knowing. This is really important message here for you. Emerge from the busy life and seek more solitude. Recognize that you are unique and that you are loved. Very clear message. I think whatever you were going through, I think it caused you to lose almost like, let's say, your trust in yourself. But your trust in life, your trust in people, your trust in your ability to make sound decisions. If we have a bad experience in life, part of the processing of that is that we begin to wobble about our own intuition, or we recognize that we had intuition but we didn't listen to it. Part of the processing is firstly recognizing that somebody maybe didn't treat us well or didn't behave well, but as we come through and out the other side of it, we need to re-find and regain our trust in ourselves. And that, I feel, is your emergence here. This is what happens in this next coming month, which is, the last week or so of March and right through to the end, towards the end of April. I do always work with these moon months rather than calendar months, but in your manifestations, what this means is, Taurus, that you can invest in new opportunities, new ideas. And I think as you invest, the more you're going to get back. And I do think you're going to see maybe a bit of a windfall in some way, shape or form. Something coming through to you. But yeah, Taurus, this is looking like a really good month for you. I really do feel it's like you're re-finding your feet, rediscovering your own sense of self, refinding your confidence, refinding your sense of self, but in a really sort of coming from the inside out. When logically you know that if somebody's behaved badly, you have every right to feel the way that you do, but somewhere deep down inside you, it's still really quite raw. It's kind of like you come out the other side, you cross that bridge, you're not raw anymore, and because of that, you can invest fully. Taurus, if you'd like to join me on Patreon for the extended readings where we will draw a ton more cards for the coming moon month and look at this in a lot more detail, you're very welcome to. That is a site that works on the basis of donations. You can donate as little or as much as you wish, but you have access to all 12 ZODIAC full extended readings. Plus, I also post a tutorial there every month as well, teaching you about reading the cards and the runes. Super souls, tons and tons and tons of love. There are, of course, no adverts there as well. For those of you who are on Patreon, thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you. Tons of love to you, Taurus. Hey Gemini, welcome. Let's see what very specific cards we are drawn for you for this next moon month. I am saying this and also this one too, and we'll draw some runes as well. Okay. Gosh, this is looking super good. Now we've got fertility. We have Hagalaz, the rune of disruption. Okay, disruption doesn't always feel good, but I think this is quite good for you guys because we have signs, signals, synchronicities, which we have here as well. And we have the rune of flow. Now, this is suggesting that something will come to a completion in order to then clear the way for you to fertilizing the ground for your own deliverance. We have Ram. Well, this is really interesting. A stubborn, aggressive person. Okay. Hagalaz, disruption. We have Jug. Light-hearted, carefree time. We have Basket. Recognition. Reward for merit. That's rather good. And Archway. New opportunities, possibilities and pathways opening up for you. Very, very interesting. So, I feel like something is going to, I want to say possibly block you, Gemini. Now, you may be feeling blocked by somebody already, okay? But the block is purposeful. Okay, it's actually creating a different pathway for you. When sometimes we're very set on going down one particular road, we have the card of opportunity. We know these cards are the cards and runes that are showing the overall energetic flow for all of us. These cards are giving us more detail as we move from March and into April. I think somebody is blocking you, or you're feeling blocked by someone. You're trying to go down a particular road and it's kind of not working. Slow down, because I actually think you're being shown a different pathway. You know, when the universe creates a block or a hiccup or a stumbling block, sort of purposefully, in order to assist you in finding a better pathway, something that is more right for you, something that will bring you the recognition you deserve. Because this feels as if it's got quite heavy going. And yeah, it's almost as if there's been quite a lot of resistance, pushing and pulling going on. That's what I'm kind of seeing in your cards here, Gemini. So March, as we start at this new moon month in April, March the 21st, and we're seeing a moon month where things are going to potentially move quite quickly. Flow. What I think is being shown to you is a kind of a new pathway, a new route, okay? A different way to get, a different avenue, a different way to get the recognition you desire, seek, deserve. And I do see something being lifted from you here, which is, I think, going to be really, really helpful to you. This card speaks of new opportunities, although they may not necessarily come in the form that you were expecting. Be alert, look beyond the obvious, be prepared for opportunities disguised as loss. We're then shown signals, signs, synchronicities to help us to make really conscious choices through this coming month as we approach the end of this moon month, which is a second new moon. We have a new moon in Aries on March the 21st and a second new moon in Aries on April the 20th, and this is eclipse season. With Mercury, we're then in the Mercury retrograde shadow, so things slow down. There's opportunity to reflect, to make very clear choices. I do feel that you have felt as if you're locking horns with someone, and actually there's a better way of approaching this, or the locking horns with someone is actually to assist you in finding a better route to get from from A to B, to get to something you want, to get to that element of reward, of recognition, of validation. Let's draw a spirit animal guide for you, Gemini. Super Souls, if you want to join me for the extended readings where I'll be diving into this in much, much more depth, those readings are available on Patreon. Here we are. Lizard regeneration. As a survivor, you are unparalleled. No matter what happens, you can adapt. Embrace your transformation. Put on your new cloak. You are a master of regeneration. So this is really validating this new pathway. Whoever or whatever you've locked horns with, if you've been doing battle with yourself, if you've been doing battle with someone else or with a circumstance or a situation, it's time to take a completely different route, and you can choose to do so. What's being shown to you is that something isn't really working, and there's opportunity to take a completely different way, a more light-hearted, carefree approach to something. Literally releasing something, maybe. We'll look at the further cards in the ongoing reading, but I would say, Gemini, truly, something you've been tangled in isn't working for you, and it's thwarting your sense of ambition, it's thwarting your sense of where you really want to go, or it's thwarting your ability to get to where you really want to go and to have what you really want. And actually, by changing course, fertility, this rune speaks of completion of beginnings. It's like we cross the T's, dot the I's, or we sort something out. We end something in order to create a space of fertility for a new beginning. And with Hagelas, it's really telling us that something isn't working. If something's being shaken up or is shaking you up, it's because it needs to be shaken up in order to wake you up to a new opportunity or a new direction. We're seeing so much good coming here. So, you know, put on your new cloak. You are a master of regeneration. You can choose a different pathway for yourself, and you have the right and entitlement to do that. This is about making conscious choices through awareness. We're seeing this flow of energy coming through end of March through into April between these two new moons that are so primed for new beginnings. Okay, super souls. So, Gemini, as I mentioned before, you are very, very welcome to join me for the extended readings on Patreon. This is a site that works on the basis of donations. You can offer as little as you wish or as much as you wish, you know. And I also do a tutorial there as well. So do check in on those extended readings where we'll look at all of this in more depth, if that is appealing to you. But Gemini, I wish you an amazing month where you really, really find the pathway that is completely right for you. Tons of love to you. Hey, lovely Cancer, let's draw some cards for you for this coming moon month and see what we are shown. I'm seeing one more, and that one too. Oh, and that one. You are having an extra one here, I think. Okay, super lovely Cancer. I am going to draw some runes for you as well. Okay, so you have the rune of protection. You have the rune of Hagelas, which is the rune of disruption. You have the rune of flow, which is rather lovely, and the rune of movement. Okay, so anything, Cancer, that kind of, at this point in time, as we begin this new moon month, anything that isn't working for you or you're feeling a bit frustrated, look, don't worry, it's going to move forwards. There's just been, you've needed to attend to some details, I think. Let's see what else we're shown. Tower, solid foundation, success with effort. It's your first card. Bread. Period of prosperity and abundance. Well, that's lovely, lovely Cancer. Broom, new home, new attitude. Yeah, there are things to tidy up here. Yeah, absolutely. Temptation will test you, Apple. And Pin, new job, career. Right, okay, lovely Cancer. Whatever you're kind of attending to, there are some details that need to be attended to here. So I think there is an energy of something not moving along as fast as you would like it to at this precise moment. Now we know we've got these cards, take your time, opportunity, Berkana, the rune of growth, and Jira, the rune of harvest. This is the flow of cards and energy for the overall sort of energy of end of March coming into then a large part of April, when we see choices and decisions consciously made, being shown the way, ambition satisfied with the rune of possessions, nourishment, the spiritual warrior. So we're seeing a super lovely shift in the energy. So things that you've needed to take your time over will come together. I think it's like housekeeping going on here. You know, it's kind of easy to take, I want to say you could take an easy route, but actually it's worth putting in the effort. It's worth looking at things properly so that you build a solid foundation. There's something new around you. We've got new home, new attitude, new job, new career. So there's something very, very new that you want it to work for you. Okay, there's something in your world that you want it to work for you, whatever that may be. And somehow there's some housekeeping to attend to. You kind of need to get to the details, clean your house up, you know, do the spring cleaning in order to kind of see clearly what you need to do. I feel with the apple, temptation will test you. You could take an easy route. There's something could be offered to you, Cancer. But you know, really the rune of protection is for me the rune of right action. And when we talk about right action, we're talking about integrity, authenticity, doing it the right way, being upfront, being honest, being transparent. That's what protects you. It's your honesty and your integrity that will protect you and enable you to move to this space where basically you get what you want. Okay, and we get prosperity, we get the new job, new career, new home, new attitude, whatever it is you're manifesting, rooting for, which may be more than one area of your life, home, family, job, career, pathway, whatever it is. You're needing to build a solid foundation. And the way to put that on a solid foundation is to do the housekeeping. Take your time. There's huge opportunity here to get something really, really, really right. Integrity is everything. That's your protection. And even if it feels a bit frustrating if something isn't moving forward, it's going to. Okay? It's going to start to flow. It's going to gather momentum. It's going to find its own route and its own pathway. Like a river flowing, you know, once it gets going, you can't really stop that river very easily. And that's great. But the pathway it finds is being guided by you. What I'm sort of seeing, you know that game, is it Balls? I think it's a game of Balls, where they have like a broom, just like this. And they kind of like, they sort of sweep it, and they don't touch the ball itself as it's thrown by somebody, but they sweep it in order to make sure the way is clear. And it's obviously, there's integrity in this, because they're not to touch the ball, they're not to deviate it, they're to clear the way. So it's got that flavour about it. It would be easy for you, Cancer, to take a route that would be cutting corners, a quick fix, but I don't think it's the right one. Take your time. There's opportunity in taking your time this month. And what we are going to see as I think we move into April is a real shift in the flow and the speed of energy. And whatever you're putting on your foundation, I think it's then going to come into its own, come into fruition. And you're going to start to see this work, this happen. You can start to see it manifest. Let's draw a spirit animal guide for you as well, lovely Cancer. And there is your card. Dear, oh, this is so beautiful. Love, be gentle with yourself. You heal with the power of love. See the light in all things. Acknowledge your self-worth and grace. Take your time. Be gentle with yourself. Usher things into place through right action, Cancer. Don't try to push or force anything or take the easy route. Do the housekeeping, sweep into the corners, and you'll get exactly what you want, and in a really, really solid and big way. Yeah, really beautiful energy around you, Cancer. Very empowering energy in a very particular way. Super Souls, if you'd like to join me for the readings on Patreon, the extended readings, what I'm going to do is draw a ton more cards. We're going to look into this reading in depth. We're going to look at this moon month in depth, and the readings that I post on Patreon. Patreon's a very different site. It works on the basis of donations, and you can donate as little or as much as you like. Thank you so much, all of you on Patreon who are there making contributions. It really helps me to continue to put free stuff into the world. And I also do a tutorial there, so you can access for your donation all of the 12 zodiac sign readings. So it means you can look at your rising sign, your moon sign, your sun sign, and cross watch, of course, for friends and family as well, loved ones, partners, potential partners. Lovely, lovely Cancer. Have an amazing month. And for anyone coming over to Patreon, thank you so much. And all of you, just have an amazing moon month, irrespective. Usher something into being whilst paying attention to the detail. Integrity is everything, and you're going to get the results. Tons of love, Cancer. Hey, lovely Leo, let's have a look and see what we are shown for the coming moon month for you. I'm seeing these two cards, this one, and I would say that one, and also an extra one, this one for you too. Okay, lovely Leo, I'm going to draw runes as well. How very interesting. You have Claw, be careful, do not take risks. Butterfly, a change for the better. You have Dolphin, financial gain, usually coming from something you did in the past. Broken Ring, parting of the ways in either romance or business. And Vulture, Depression, anxiety, worry that someone is against you. What are you processing, lovely Leos, here? It's very interesting because actually I'm seeing a lot of positivity coming from this situation, lovely Leo. But somehow a lot of anxiety about how you navigate something. Now our overall cards really do tell us, as we are, you know, take your time, opportunity. These are connected to the flow of energy as we come to the end of March and then we move into April. Choices and decisions, signs being shown to you. Positive outcomes. Yeah, I am seeing a lot of anxiety around the parting of ways of something here for you. Something doesn't feel right, and I think there's a lot of anxiety about how that will work out. For some of you, I think it's financial worry in some way, shape or form. Let's draw runes for you, lovely Leo. Gosh, lots coming out for you. So we have the rune of constraint, first of all. So we're seeing restriction, the energy of restriction around you. We have the rune of strength. And we have the rune of initiation. Okay, these are powerful cards. We then have the rune of wholeness. This is making complete sense. The rune of the self and the rune of breakthrough. Okay. Gosh, I feel, lovely Leo, as if you're feeling actually very trapped, if I'm honest, by a current situation. Something kind of isn't working for you. You know, when you kind of think, do you know, I really do want to leave, but gosh, what if this, what if that? All those anxieties and feelings that, how would it be? How will it work out? Now, what we're seeing here is for you to be thoughtful. Take your time in understanding your options. The rune of constraint. Okay, I can feel that sense of restriction, stuckness around you. But the energy of the rune of constraint tells us that it's kind of like when fishermen can't go to sea, they mend their nets. They pay attention to the detail. They look for the loopholes in things. They're not going to go out with a net full of holes because that would be a risky business. If you're a fisherman and you go out fishing and you haven't mended your nets, then all the fish are just going to, when you catch your harvest, they're just going to swim right through and you're going to come back empty-handed. So it's like there would be a financial loss involved here. You've expended all that time, energy, and things are not working out. But actually, what we are seeing here is take your time. Look at the details of this. I feel like you need to work out a strategy here, lovely Leo. And I think you're going to be given help and assistance, kind of shown different opportunities that will help you to find your way. Financial gain, usually coming from something you did in the past. Somebody coming along and giving you something or winning something or something coming up trumps that will give you kind of like the resources you need to move forwards in some way, shape or form. But I am seeing there's a lot of worry around your situation. There is only one way to go, and you actually do know that, Leo. I can see that really clearly. The rune of the self. If you stand and look yourself full on, eye to eye in the mirror, there's no getting around it. You know what the done deal needs to be. But the breakthrough's coming. So take your time. I think an opportunity will be given to you that will be probably a little bit unexpected. You know, this card speaks of new opportunities, though they may not necessarily come in the form that you were expecting. Look beyond the obvious, be alert, be prepared for opportunities disguised as loss. If a new pathway opens for you, trust it is leading you in the direction you're meant to go. I feel like for some of you, literally a doorway will open to some kind of pathway that maybe it was something you wanted in the past. something, a circumstance, a situation, a goal, a dream, it could even be a person who suddenly comes into your world, and there's something in your world that isn't currently working, and this person becomes the pathway to help you to move forwards, or this doorway opens, this career opportunity, and it takes you out of the stuck situation, which means there's no longer a risk. I don't think you have to leap out of this in a reactive way, lovely Leo. I think you simply need to recognize, and you're being given very clear guidance in this reading, that the way will be shown for you. Let's draw a spirit animal guide for you, lovely Leo. We see what other energy is around you. I think that is your card, actually. We have Black Bear Guardian. Gentle and wise protector, give me your confidence and power. Help me protect the ones I love. Awaken my intuition and guide me. Yeah, I think exactly what you need will come in exactly as you need it, beautiful Leo. Someone is going to come in. Bears are, you know, on the sort of medicine wheel. They're from the west, which is, you know, like an ending, a completion point. It's also a place where we look at ourselves in the mirror, the hall of mirrors. There's a lot of energy around you of protection and of potential opportunity to work through something, to find the right solution. So lovely Leos, if you'd like to join me for the big extended reading, I'm going to be drawing a ton more cards to ask for additional guidance, direction, information. Those extended readings are on Patreon. You're very welcome to join me there. Patreon is a site that works on the basis of donations. You can donate as little or as much as you wish. Thank you all of you who are on Patreon. You are truly, truly appreciated. Your donations do help me to continue to put free stuff into the world. So thank you so much. And yeah, lovely Leo, have a very, very productive and fruitful moon month, and you're very welcome to join me for the more in-depth aspects of these readings if you wish. Tons and tons of love. Hey lovely Virgo, what are we shown for you for this moon month? What is happening for lovely Virgo in this moon month? I'm seeing all of these cards just coming straight out for you from there. I'm going to draw some runes as well. What do we have for Virgo in the coming moon month? Oh, right. The rune of joy. Well, this is pretty exciting, lovely Virgo. The rune of joy. This is a fruit-bearing rune. This is like a new dawn. This is the energy rising, lifting. And we have signs again coming through. Signs, signals, synchronicities being shown the way. We have Rado, journey. So maybe you will be traveling. Yeah, if you are traveling anywhere or planning to, I actually think you might find that something kind of rocks up for you that's unexpected. Lovely Virgo. Ladder, climbing towards success. Tankard, celebration, fun, enjoyment. Okay, we also have spear, heartache over what you no longer have, and archway, new opportunities, possibilities and paths opening up. Oh, this is terribly interesting, beautiful Virgo. Now, as I said at the very beginning, these cards are showing us the overall flow of energy for all of us during this moon month. You know, they were drawn for the Manifest with the Moon, Astro-Moon diary. Now, I think something is lifting for you during this moon month. I think it's a genuinely new opportunity that is taking you forwards. It's bringing you not only success, new opportunities, but something that you're going to love and enjoy. There's some aspect of your world that is, gosh, I almost, Virgo, want to say finally opening up. Every Virgo I know, all of my Virgo friends, they have had the toughest time ever over the last few years. The last couple of years, especially the last year, really challenging. You know, when you go through something and it's like one challenge after another, you just get your head above water and something else happens and you just think, oh, will it ever stop? This is a time when actually genuinely, I think in this moon month, beautiful Virgos, things start to lift. Opportunities start to open up. It's like the garden can be rosy again. And I think you can begin to see that. I think you're given some new potentials, new experiences, literally new travels, new journeys, new opportunities that show you a world of potential opening up for you again. And about time too, beautiful Virgos. What's going to happen simultaneously is that I think it will remind you actually of some things from the past that didn't work out. If you've been facing the kind of challenges that my Virgo friends have been facing, this is a moon month when we really start to see that the garden can be rosy again. But at the same time, there's a few little twinges. You know, when you go through that sort of, you come out the other side of something, somebody offers you something or a doorway opens and you think, oh, I really, really love this. This is fantastic. You go out, you have the most wonderful time. And then you think, oh, but what if it's all going to go wrong? You know, that kind of, but that's what happens. It's like when we learn to live on high alert because so many things keep going wrong, when things start to go right, we immerse ourselves in the enjoyment, and then suddenly it's like you go out, you have a great night out, you come home and you think, oh, but what if? Because the volume level is still quite high and it needs to turn down. But I'm feeling that there is real opportunity for you to start to taste and savour the roses again, to stop and smell the roses again, to see the possible bloom that could come into your garden. I think there will be opportunities for you to have fun, to celebrate, to enjoy, seeing the pathway forwards, whether it is climbing the ladder to success. And I do, it feels like a quite well-rounded package of possibilities coming into your world, Virgo. I think if you get an opportunity to travel, I would seize it, because I think you're going to enjoy the experience of it. It's going to show you things along the way. I think this is amazing that you have got the rune of signals, of signs twice. So it's really reinforcing what's happening in April, because these are the cards for March. These are the cards that come into play in April. We have signals, but we also have possessions. Possessions is a rune of nourishment, possessions, ambitions satisfied, unexpected surprises, rewards and gains. So it feels really as though, I think your world is absolutely going to start opening up in this moon month. And beautiful Virgos, I just want to, I mean, I am so rooting for you all, truly. And I feel like the universe is saying, look, come on, we're going to give you opportunity now. Take your time, pace yourself, allow yourself to see the potential possibilities. We have Berkana, the rune of growth. This is a whole new phase of life, harvest, full of potential. With the rune of defense, this is this bit about don't be defensive. You know, don't worry that it's going to go wrong. You know, when you just allow yourself to go out and have a great time and then you come home and think, oh, it could all go wrong because everything keeps going wrong. No, own it. Own it, have it, take it, grasp it. There's no need to defend against this, these opportunities here. This is absolutely lovely, beautiful Virgo. Okay, I'm going to draw an animal spirit guide for you, and here we have it. Oh, this is super nice, lovely Virgos. So you have Coyote spirit. This is fascinating because Coyote on the medicine wheel is sitting in the south. The south is the doorway of new openings. It's the place where, you know, the little ones, the new ones arrive. It's a place of openings, of new beginnings. It also means we overcome some really quite, you know, we overcome challenges of the past, or challenges of the past can be put to rest, and there is energy, playful energy as well. Coyote, revealer of truth. Don't take things too seriously. Make time to play. Great wisdom comes from laughing at your own folly. Look out for the traps and tricks of life and learn from them. This is really an opportunity to go out and have some fun. Don't take life too seriously. You know, if you find yourself going into that kind of, oh, but what if it all goes wrong territory, have a jolly good laugh at yourself. Don't take it too seriously. Recognize this is just part of being human. If you know, when shit happens, if you'll excuse my language, but when shit happens and the tough calls knock on our door, beautiful, beautiful Virgos, there comes a time when we have to actually kind of not go over and over and over something in a way that causes us to sort of remain stuck in that energy. And Virgos, you are very good at attention to detail. It's one of your amazing qualities, but it's no good if you're using it to pick yourself to pieces, or indeed pick life to pieces. It's time to have some fun. Virgo, I'm actually loving, I'm loving what I'm seeing here. I really, really am, super souls. Now, anyone that would like to dive into a more in-depth reading, I will be continuing this reading, drawing a ton of cards, looking at the details of what's going on, what's happening, what opportunities are coming in, what's showing up in your world, Virgo, how that might pan out. I'm going to be doing that in a more in-depth reading, drawing a ton of additional cards for clarification. You are welcome to join me for those in-depth readings. They are available on a completely different platform. I post them on Patreon. Patreon is a site that relies on donations. You can make a small or as large a donation as you wish. I don't have any fixed tiers. Obviously, you can then access every single reading for all 12 zodiac signs. So if you know your moon sign, your sun sign, your rising sign, or you want to cross watch for friends and family, you know, partners, potential partners, you can do so. So all those readings, the extended readings, are there on Patreon, and you are very, very welcome to join me and our Patreon family. And thank you all to those of you who are already there. Virgos, I am sending you the biggest hug in the world. Have a really good time this month. It's really what you need to shift this energy and change things and move things forward. I really am seeing so much potential, joy and openings coming to you. And I'm thrilled for you. Truly, truly, truly. Tons of love, Virgo. Hey, lovely Libra. May we please see what lovely Libra are being shown for the coming moon month? What's happening for our beautiful Libran friends? You have Pale, time to get out of a situation. That's interesting. Vulture, depression, anxiety, worry. Okay, we have Elephant, a long journey, either physical or mental, that will leave you wiser at the end. Gosh, you're learning things. And a successful outcome. Libra, lovely, lovely key. Successful outcome to your problem. Needle and thread, a sincere wish will be granted. Wow, these are really, really powerful cards, beautiful Libra. Let's draw some runes as well. Okay, let's have a look at these. What do we have here? So we have the rune of ice, standstill, and the spiritual warrior. This is a really interesting kind of collaborative energy, because ice is suggesting that something is at a standstill. It's not moving forwards. What else do we have? But we have the rune of movement. We have the blank rune, yes, and we have the rune of initiation. Libra, lovely Libra, I feel utterly thrilled to tell you that something that is really, really probably right here and right now, as I do these readings at the beginning of our moon month, something is really bothering you, feeling like you're held back, frozen in time, can't move something forwards. It could be that buttons have been pressed, but it's more than that. It feels as though there's something, even if it's resonating with past experiences, this feels like a very current situation for you. And it's really causing you to kind of, I think, go over and over things. Now, vulture energy is very interesting, because even though this card says depression, anxiety, worry that someone is against you, the thing about vultures is they're very, very, very helpful, positive to our environment. The energy of vulture, vulture cleans things up. It you know, picks out the dead flesh effectively, and cleanses and allows something to pass away that's no longer relevant. Now, we've got a long journey, either physical or mental, will leave you wiser at the end. So you're in the middle of something here that you are learning from as well. There's really a very big learning curve in this. I think part of the learning is about being discerning. The rune of the spiritual warrior, beautiful Libras, speaks of discernment. Now, if we think about our cards that we started with, take your time, slow down. If you're feeling under pressure, whether in response to a situation or the demands of another person or pressure you place on yourself, slow down and take time to evaluate. There's opportunity here, but it may not come in the form that you expect. Be alert, look beyond the obvious, be prepared for opportunities disguised as loss. I feel like there's a really big turnaround of something going on around you, Libra, at the moment. And right now, I think you're in that sort of point where things are feeling a bit locked and a bit stuck. That feeling where you feel like kind of something is working against you. I mean, it may be that other people are promoting their own interests in a way that actually it is actually causing a problem in terms of your ability to move something in your world forwards. But either way, and I am seeing you look back as well. I said a moment ago, I feel this is a very present current situation. What I do think, though, as well as it being a present and current situation, lovely Libra, it most definitely is potentially for some of you digging up some stuff from the past or reminding you from something, or somebody has returned. It's like memories from the past are coming back. But actually, there really is purpose. What we're going to see during this moon month is, I feel, your ability to start to make some very clear choices and decisions for yourself. I think you'll be given the signs. The spiritual warrior rune is really all about being clear, making appropriate choices. You may be anxious about what to do in your current situation, really concerned about how to move it forwards. I think you'll be shown the signs that you need to see. Now, those signs, you know how sometimes a sign comes in a form that is not always easy to digest. That's what I want to say. Vulture. I do feel, Libra, as if there's something going on around you that's leaving you with a bit of a bad taste in your mouth, actually, in terms of, and you're really not sure how best to move through this. I think the signs will be shown to you, and you're going to see exactly what you need to see. This is about you operating from a place of wisdom, that recognition as well. If you can see a pattern repeating, you can kind of empower yourself to do something about it. What we are seeing is a massive shift here. The rune of the spiritual warrior, the card of the spiritual warrior. We have two cards of amazing success, and this rune here, nourishment, possessions, Fehu, is also a rune of success. Ambition satisfied. The outcome is really good here. We're seeing a vast amount of possibility, and we are seeing you move through and beyond something. I kind of feel that you're going to come to a decision during this moon month in a way that allows you to, I want to say, take the high road, lovely Libra. But taking the high road is, I don't mean in an ego-y, sort of arrogant kind of way. I mean taking the high road as in taking the spiritual pathway. That's what I think is going to happen. And we are going to see a sincere wish being granted and a successful outcome. Interestingly enough, for some of you, I think this is two separate things. I think there's a successful outcome to your problem. And I think okay, the two may be hand in hand, but for some of you, I think these are two separate things. A wish is going to be granted. We'll find out more in the extended readings. Let's draw a spirit animal guide for beautiful Libra. Either way, Libra, I really want to tell you to, you know, cut yourself some slack. Grizzly bear power. I am indestructible. I honor my intuition and I go where it leads. Love and gentleness are my real strength. I never give up. I will succeed. This is a super affirmation, Libra, for this coming moon month. Whatever is happening around you right here and right now, we are seeing a successful outcome. Very clear, successful outcome to your problems. Interestingly enough, I feel like there is a bonus of something coming in for you. Lovely, lovely Libras, thank you for joining me for this. I hope this is giving you some affirmation that, you know, everything is actually going to work out and work out in your favour. Whatever's going on around you, whatever this is, this stuckness. Yeah, I just want to add, with the grizzly bear, it's got a salmon in its mouth. The energy of salmon, you know, salmons return to their birthplace. I do feel whatever is absolutely real and happening around you in the present time, I do feel it is stirring up or taking you back to something, revisiting something of your earlier days, your origins, your beginnings. And there may be some issues of power, again, being acted out around you. Either way, I think the looking back is a key here to assisting you in understanding where the roots of this come from, and therefore a source of empowerment for you to actually make very clear choices and decisions. It's that wisdom, that higher ground, to know what to do in the right way, taking right action, the spiritual warrior. Lovely Libras. I'm going to wrap up our reading and move on to the next sign here. Thank you so much for joining me today. You're very welcome to join me for the extended readings. I post those for my Patreon people on, it's a different site. Patreon works on the basis of donations. You can donate however small or however large. It's entirely your choice. I have no grades or tiers. My Patreon people all receive exactly the same amount of material. I post my all zodiac signs, so the extended readings are there for the moon month, along with a tutorial every month as well. Super souls, I'm sending you all the love in the world. Thank you, Libra, for joining me today. Hey, lovely Scorpio, may we ask what is happening for our lovely Scorpios for the coming moon month? Let's have a look at your cards, and also we will draw runes for you. We have Kangaroo, unsettled times, need to plan ahead. Okay, we have Wreath, sorrow over a loss. Indecisiveness, the Wheel, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. Flowers, happiness, and the Sun, happiness and well-being. This is such an interesting collection of tea leaves, my lovely Scorpios. How fascinating. Yeah, this is really, really interesting. I'm going to draw some runes for you. Okay. This is making complete sense. So we have the rune of ice and we have the rune of defense. We have Othilla, the rune of separation, and then we have Fehu, the rune of possessions, which we also have here. I think this moon month, beautiful Scorpios, is going to be kind of divided in two for you. We have the Wheel in the middle, standing at this point of turning here. I think as we come through the end of March, there's still something hanging around you that's feeling a little bit unsettled. There's some kind of a processing of transition, movement, the letting go of someone, something, whatever it is for you in the uniqueness of your world. Somehow it's been quite hard to really feel as if you've, yeah, I mean, I think you're just basically still processing, you know, that's it. And that's what happens when we experience changes, transitions, losses. We feel unsettled. Actually, with the rune of ice, I do feel that very clearly you're kind of being asked almost like not to give yourself a hard time over this, but to accept the fact that this is going on and it's appropriate that it is. takes time to process things. Slow down, stand still if you need to. Take your time. Hold your boundaries. Don't be pushed to move too quickly. Take your time. These are the cards and the energy for the end of March. And so the beginning of this moon month, starting with March the 21st, this incredibly powerful new moon in Aries. And I actually think for you guys, Scorpios, you're still processing something, and it's appropriate to process this at a suitable pace. Don't feel pressured to have to sort of keep up with the pace of life that everybody else is living. Work at your own. Most definitely work at your own, because you are processing some kind of a loss, some kind of a separation. Now the reward is going to come. What is super lovely, Scorpio, I think within this moon month, I do think the wheel will turn. I think you'll find yourself moving from a place of, although it says indecisiveness, I feel for me it's as if the wheel has stopped because it needed to. You know, like if you're makes me think of I think it's called roulette, you know, if, in like a casino, and they spin the wheel and then tuk, 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 it slows down again. So it has to slow down and reach a point of stopping of its own accord. Then we can see what the lay of the land is, where the dice has fallen, kind of thing. And then we can pick up the dice and throw them again, or spin the wheel again. But it has to, it's got to slow down and stop first. And I feel like you guys are possibly trying to, or have been trying to, or feeling pressured to try to, either pressuring yourself or feeling pressured by others, to make choices and decisions before that wheel has stopped. It needs to do that. Do you like my sound effects? I'm very mindful of them. They're probably not very good. But anyway, you know what I mean. That wheel has to sort of stop and reach its point, and then it can be turned again and gather momentum. This turning point will happen during this moon month. This is what we're being shown with great certainty. Ambitions fulfilled, unexpected surprises, rewards, gains. We have this already showing up with the card of the spiritual warrior here. Signals being shown, what we need to see in order to make the right choices and decisions for ourselves. Lovely Scorpio, I actually just do think the immediate kind of message for you for this month is let this processing come to its natural end. Let that wheel slow itself down and stop. It will do so. You know, it will stop, and that turning point will occur during this moon month. We're being shown that very clearly. Let's draw another card, a spirit animal guide for Scorpio. Raven, shaman. How interesting. You are the creator and magician. Use your gifts for good. There is power in your wisdom and words. Connect with the elemental spirits and glide through the void. Claim your place as keeper of the mysteries. Wow. Crows fly between the worlds. They are associated with, interestingly enough, with loss, actually. So for those of you, any of you who may have experienced genuinely a loss, a bereavement, give yourself time to slow down. Look at this bird here as well. It's really interesting. It looks like a crow, and yet it's got a really long tail. Slow down. When that process of processing comes to its completion, its standstill, you'll be ready to regenerate. And then we've got tons of energy coming in. I think this will happen during this moon month. I think you're going to see that turning point. You're kind of being asked, really, at this point in time, lovely Scorpio, initially just to take your time. slow it down, cut yourself some slack, let this process come to its natural conclusion. It is a process that involves the ending of something, okay? And yes, you're feeling very unsettled. I really can see that. When we feel unsettled, we often try to rush to make our choices and decisions rather than waiting for the timing to be right. But truly this month, lovely Scorpios, the timing will be right, as I think we move into the month of April, perhaps around the full moon, because it does feel as if there will be a turning point somewhere in the middle here of this moon month. Beautiful Scorpios, I'm going to be drawing a ton more cards to ask in detail about this in my extended readings, but I am truly wishing you an amazing moon month. We're seeing something come to its natural completion, and therefore a natural window of opportunity opening for you. If you'd like to check out those extended readings, you're very welcome to join me on Patreon and join my Patreon family. Patreon is a site that works on the basis of donations. You can make however small, however large. The donations are up to you. I don't have any tiered methods of payment. It's just whatever you wish to contribute. And thank you all of you who are already with me there on Patreon. All of your donations help me to continue to put tons and tons of free stuff into the world. So thank you so much. Beautiful Scorpios, you know, don't push yourself, cut yourself some slack, because this turning point, this natural timing point will be coming. Tons and tons of love to you. Hey, lovely Sagittarius, let's see what we are shown for you during this next very exciting moon month. Okay, your cards are flying out. Okay, let's see what we have. Okay, you have a lot of cards here. Okay, so we have Rainbow. The most difficult part of a situation is over. And look at the rainbow we have in the wings of this butterfly. This is super lovely. Okay, Saggies, opportunities are waiting for you. We have a doorway. Oh, wow, tulip, great passion. Wonderful. Opportunity or windfall, carrot, peace and harmony, wind chimes. Well, Saggies, this is looking like a potentially very positive moon month for you. Very interesting. The most difficult part of a situation is over. Now, this is interesting because it is suggesting, lovely Saggies, that something is hanging around you at the moment where you are still trying to find a solution. Okay, and something is going to have to process itself. Okay, and I'm seeing it processing itself during this moon month. Now, we do know, I spoke about these cards at the beginning of our readings here. March has the energy of take your time with Berkana and opportunity with harvest. So we know that there is an energy around for the first part of this moon month, which is the end of March. These are then moving into April. We know that there is sort of opportunities showing up in unusual ways, and we've got opportunities waiting for you. Be prepared for opportunities disguised as loss. If a new pathway opens, trust it's leading you in the direction you're meant to go. So, you know, be alert, look beyond the obvious. I want to say, if there's a sense of something not working out, whatever this difficult situation is, the most difficult part of a situation is over. Whatever this is about, it's actually opening a doorway for you, and that doorway is going to bring you great passion. It's really reawakening you. We're seeing a very peaceful, harmonious flow of energy with opportunities coming to you, a windfall, financial gain, additional finances coming in. I feel like it's additional finances coming in some way for you, Sagittarius. Let's take some runes as well. So we have Berkana, the rune of growth again. Okay, lovely. And we have Othilla, the rune of separation. Now this is interesting. Othilla suggests that there is a need to move away from something, to let go of something. We have the rune of constraint, Nathus. So there's a sense of feeling restricted, or you've been restricted by a situation that hasn't quite allowed you to really grow. That's what I'm seeing. You've been involved in a situation that hasn't really it hasn't given you the freedom to really grow or to express yourself or to feel yourself in some way. And Saggies, you need freedom. This is the Sagittarius element of Sagittarius. You need freedom. You need to be able to express yourself. You don't feel good if you're restricted. It's Jupiter rules you. You need that expansion. And at the moment, the energy around us is really calling for expansion. It's a very strong dynamic in the astro dynamics, calling for expansion. So things that are restricting or not feeling quite right, you're probably going to be feeling them in a more intense manner than normal. I say normal, whatever normal is, Saggies, but I feel like, whatever is going on around you that feels restrictive, you'll feel the restriction in a greater way. Now, actually, the pathway is going to become very clear for you. Doorways are going to be opening. Something is just still being processed. It's being worked through. There will be a separation. You're going to leave something or someone or a situation behind. Cross the T's, dot the I's. This speaks of when fishermen can't go to sea, they mend their nets. There may be stuff around you where you need to kind of tie up loose ends. Okay, tie up loose ends, do the sort of the factual nitty gritty of stuff so that you are free to move forwards. Something is departing, separating, and from that departure and that separation, doorways are actually opening. What I'm seeing as we flow into April, and of course, this is an amazing moon month of beginnings. We start on March the 21st with a new moon in Aries, literally 0 degrees on the cusp of Aries. This is primed for beginnings with all of these planetary energies focusing on the new beginnings of Aries. So everything is primed for momentum and moving forwards. When we reach the end of this moon month, we have another new moon in Aries that starts the next moon month, and this is an eclipse new moon, and it's in Aries. It's on the 20th of April. So we've got this sort of March-April kind of flavour. I think as we move from March into April, this is the turning point for you, Saggies. I think as we process March, it's almost as if there are doorways that are waiting for you, but they're not yet opened. Okay? And as we then move into April, things start to kind of land in your lap. Things start to sing for you. Things start to move forwards. You're free to make choices and decisions. It's like the rainbow moves forwards and beyond. I think the pathway will start to literally open up for you. But it's the turning point that I'm seeing here. I think primarily, if you're feeling as though there's something going on around you that isn't really fixing itself or not, it's feeling restricting. And I think there is probably within you an urge to kind of, just get up and walk away, because that's the Saggy feeling of, oh, I don't want to be restricted. I want to expand. I want to move forwards. If stuff is feeling as though it's stopping you, this will shift. It's just as if the doorways of an opportunity are there in front of you. Look at this door sitting beneath this pathway, and the light is showing the way. Opportunities are presenting themselves to you. It's just you're not quite there yet. That's all. But the most difficult part of a situation is actually already over. It's sorted. The most difficult pieces of something that you're needing to attend to are already being addressed. The turning point, I think, for you guys will come between as we move and shift from March into April. I think synchronicities will start to noticeably kick in. They probably are already going on behind the scenes, but you're not kind of fully aware of the impact. They haven't shown themselves to you yet. I think there will be an opportunity, a windfall, financial gain coming in some way, shape or form that is going to help you to move everything forwards. And we are seeing a peaceful outcome of this, and you feeling as if you're gosh, back into a position of freedom and flow and knowing where you're going again, and that sense of wholeness, of completeness. It is as if something is taking up some of your time over here, I think. Sagittarius, let's draw you a spirit animal guide to see what's what's going on, what energy is around you. Elephant, greatness. Love is your strength. Leadership is your path. Your wisdom inspires everyone you meet. You can overcome any problem. You will naturally and easily achieve success. God, I do feel this turning point in the middle of, well, the middle of the moon phase, the moon cycle rather. When we move from March into April, I'm seeing you striding ahead with power, force, stepping up into a position of leadership, taking charge with passion. It's like this shift in energy. What I feel I want to say is, for the end of March, lovely Saggies, staying power. Staying power is needed. Consistency, staying power. We are being shown that the most difficult part of a situation is over. It's like staying power until that doorway actually opens. The doorway's there. You may even be aware of what that doorway is. It's just that it hasn't yet opened. Staying power. Be consistent. There is separation. Just be really diligent, actually. Be diligent, staying power. The turning point is going to come. I do feel there'll be a shift between March and into April for you guys. It feels like that's quite significant here. And suddenly things really picking up. Finances picking up. Money coming in. Resources, energy coming back to you. And it's like I do see you rising into a position of much greater leadership in some way, shape or form here. Saggies, thank you so much for joining me here on YouTube. We will explore all of these areas of your reading in more depth in the extended readings, and you are very welcome to join me over there if you'd like more information. But hopefully you're seeing a really interesting and positive flow here, Sagittarius. I do think there's a really good turning point for you. Staying power and then stepping up and rising. The extended readings are on Patreon. It's a very different site. It works on the basis of donations. You can contribute or donate as little as you want or as much as you want. Thank you all of you who are on Patreon. Your support is truly, truly appreciated. It does help me to continue to put tons of free stuff into the world. But Super Souls, one way or the other, Sagittarius, I do think you're going to see the turning point you're looking for. And I do think that door will open. Tons and tons of love to you. Hey, lovely Capricorns, what is happening for you in this next moon month? It's a very powerful month and the readings are absolutely fascinating and interesting. So, bird perched, waiting for news, package letter. Okay, lovely Capricorn. Axe, forces working against you, firecracker excitement, and jug, light-hearted, carefree time. What is going on for our lovely Capricorns in this moon month? Let's draw some runes as well. Okay, so we have the rune of harvest. This is showing up for a second time, Jira. We have the rune of strength. We have the rune of openings and also Fehu, the rune of possessions, nourishment. Now this is really interesting, lovely Capricorns, because this is about rewards, ambitions satisfied. Harvest is the potential of something to come. I feel like you're having to sort of get from A to B to... You're having to get to A to B to arrive at an outcome that you really want. I'm very fascinated by this card here, forces working against you. Now, I spoke about these cards in the beginning. Take your time and opportunity are connected to the energy of March, because my readings run through the moon month. We then move into choices and decisions and the spiritual warrior energy during April. So we're seeing a shift taking place. I sort of feel, do you know, the forces working against you I don't feel it's a someone working against you. This is forces. I feel like this is timing. It's like the timing isn't quite right. I think it's going to open up for you. There'll be a shift in the energy. It's this having to wait, having the strength and the patience, the perseverance. The rune of strength speaks of perseverance, patience, having to wait until the time is right. The rune of strength is symbolized by the oxen, you know, pulling a cart across the sky with the sun in it. It's this movement of the planets day by day. I feel you're waiting for something, and you're waiting for it to sort of to open up, for the pathway to open up for you. And on the one hand, we've got this energy of take your time, the new is coming, you know, be easy on yourself, you know, don't place pressure on yourself, evaluate your options. But I feel like another part of you is just, oh, you know, for how long do I have to evaluate my options? That's what it feels like, Capricorn. It's almost as though there's this sort of dilemma, choices and decisions. You know, it's like you want to make choices and decisions. You're itching to make a choice and a decision, but you're waiting for, you haven't got enough information to make the valid choice yet. And it's just timing. That's what I'm seeing here. It's nothing negative. It's nobody's working in the background here. It is purely the timing. Something hasn't been processed yet for you to be able to move forwards, but I think it's coming. Light-hearted, carefree time. I think you're going to celebrate. I think the moment will come when you know what you want to do. The rune of openings, Kano. And because of the rune of possessions, nourishment, ambition satisfied, I feel that a pathway is going to be coming for you that will, during this moon month, and you're going to be celebrating. I actually think you're going to get something that just lifts, it takes a weight off your shoulders. You're like, yes, I now finally know where I'm going, what I'm doing, my direction is clear. A weight off your shoulders. It's almost as if it's this constant waiting, and it's really getting you down. But it is just actually that there's other stuff that has to happen, Capricorn, and I can see it's been really tricky, but it will pop open. And when it does, it will be, you know, like someone just lit a firework. It's like, now we can move forwards. Great. Now, you know, and I honestly think you're going to feel really lifted by this. I really, really do. Let's draw a spirit animal guide for you, lovely Capricorn. Okay. Penguin, authentic. Reach out to your tribe in times of need. Family gives you strength when you face the storm. Love your uniqueness. You are full of surprises. Break free from others' expectations. Just be yourself. I actually do think in this waiting period, lovely, lovely Capricorns, I think it's really getting you down. Okay, in this waiting period. So just, you know, reach out to your friends, reach out to your family. They're there to support you. They're there to help you. They are going to be your strength and your resilience while you are waiting. But the news is coming. Now, lovely Capricorns, I will do a much fuller reading. I do an extended reading in Patreon, which is a very different site. It works on donations. You are very welcome to join me there for the full extended reading, where we'll ask a lot of questions and for a lot of information. But truly, Capricorn, your long-term future is getting sorted. It's just that the timing isn't quite right and you don't have all the information yet to make that clear choice or decision. But during this moon month, I believe it will come and it will be an absolute relief. In the meantime, reach out to your friends and your family. They love you and they will support you. Yeah, Super Souls, thank you so much for joining me today. And if you'd like to connect to Patreon, you can donate as little or as much as you like. It just works on donations, and there are no advertisements in the bigger extended readings. Capricorn, tons and tons of love to you. Hey, lovely Aquarius, there's your first card. Wow, what is happening for lovely Aquarius in the coming moon month? Let's have a look at your cards and see. Okay, super lovely Aquarius. You have hills, obstacles to overcome. You have moon, changes in your life. You have chain of events that will affect your life. And then scales, keep your life in balance. How interesting. How interesting, lovely Aquarius. Okay. It's very interesting because this hills, obstacles to overcome, maybe some hills to climb. But it's interesting, this actually looks very like the image of the moon here. So something's being illuminated, brought to your attention, something is coming to the surface, rising above the horizon, that kind of needs to, you're going to need to address something, chain of events that will affect your life. Keep your life in balance. Let's draw some runes. What else are we shown for lovely Aquarius, please, for this moon month? Okay, so we have, first of all, the rune of protection. We have, gosh, we've got a lot of movement going on. We've got the moon, the blank rune, and gosh, Fehu, this is the rune here of possessions, nourishment, unexpected rewards, gains, surprises. I actually feel, do you know, Aquarius, the energy is with you to move something forwards here, very significantly. A chain of events that will affect your life, changes in your life. I feel, Aquarius, that this is a moon month of significant changes. There may be some, I kind of almost want to say hiccups along the way, because these hills aren't mountains, they're hills. It's kind of like there's a journey to be done, there's a pathway to follow, there's certain things you need to attend to get to the end goal. I think changes are coming, and it is as if it's like that domino effect where one thing that happens sets off another thing that happens, which sets off another thing that happens. And I feel for you as if the changes during this moon month, they're bettering everything. The rune of movement, Awaz, this is a rune that speaks of the bettering of any situation, things gathering momentum, flowing into their new form, into their new being. I feel like it's almost like your guidance is saying, look, loads of changes are coming here. These are great. It doesn't feel as if you're climbing mountains, which I think is lovely. What it does suggest is that it's almost as though that I think these changes might come quite quickly, Aquarius. You know, where quite swiftly, just when you think you've made a choice about one thing, something else pops up and you need to make a choice about that. And I feel that's the energy, like these links in a chain. I feel, Aquarius, that I would also say some of you may travel. If any of you have family abroad, or if you have travel plans, the travel plans may be interrupted. Or if you have family abroad or connections abroad, it may be that you have to return or attend to something here, a chain of events. Things will happen quite fast, I think, for you, Aquarius, during this moon month. And what your cards are suggesting is that you need to make sure that you remain balanced, because when changes are happening quite quickly, we can be swept along. Decisions can be made very quickly, whereas you're being asked to be thoughtful about the choices and decisions you make along the way. Now, the original cards, which we spoke of at the beginning, take your time, opportunity. These are around as we come through the end of March. So with this starting at our new moon in Aries on March the 21st, that's what these readings are for, the moon month. Through to April the 20th, when we have another new moon in Aries again, but an eclipse moon. I think the cards of April, choices and decisions, the spiritual warrior. I think you're going to see, Aquarius, quite a significant shift in the pace of things as you move from March into April. I think initially it will feel as though you're just, I kind of want to say, trudging along nicely. There are things you've got to attend to, you're kind of doing stuff, things are popping up that need to need to be attended to. And then suddenly things start to shift. One thing knocks into another, which knocks into another, and things then start to move, I think, very, very quickly for you. I almost feel there'll be a shift in the energy. It may be around the time of the full moon, actually. You may find that when we reach the full moon in early April, that you see a big shift or a big opening up of things. And it's interesting because that is, if I remember rightly, a full moon in Libra, and we have the scales. So keep your life in balance. Attend to what you're shown. Make choices and decisions with mindfulness, because it feels as if the pace will be fast. What's actually happening, Aquarius, is that your world is opening up. There are new possibilities, new horizons being shown to you. And these horizons are really important because they're actually helping you to bring in a harvest at a later date. I'm not seeing a short-term harvest, I'm seeing a long-term harvest. The events that are taking place are actually, Aquarius, laying a foundation for a much longer-term kind of future for you. And I do think, you know, ultimately, this foundation is about your longer-term future and your longer-term ambitions. So an interesting month for you, Aquarius. May we draw more cards, please, for Aquarius? Or have a, do you know, I said cards, and here we are. This is fascinating because I was not intending to draw two of these spirit animal guides, but look what we have. White Stag Protector, and then Pronghorn Action. So this is very interesting, Aquarius. You are an old soul. Your best friend is nature. Use your intuition to take you where you want to go. Awaken to the powerful force within you. You are meant to create blessings with your magic. Pronghorn Action. You see, I think this is a month of movement for you. Move forwards with confidence. Your talents will always help you land on the pinnacle. Your quick wit and keen senses will lead you to success. I think, Aquarius, this is a fast moving, perhaps not at the beginning, but it's going to become a fast moving month when suddenly one thing triggers another, and you start to move forwards. Don't hold back. This is a really good time for you to actually take control of what feels right for you. It's like following your calling, the calling of your soul, the pathway of the spiritual warrior. This could be the moon month when, particularly as you know, the second, as this moon month ends, and we have another new moon in Aries, which is also an eclipse moon. Eclipse season, we're coming into eclipse energy. And eclipse energy is a really interesting portal where opportunities are seen to really follow our calling, find our purpose. So for any of you lovely Aquariuses who are looking for clarification on your vocation, calling, purpose, I think you might find doorways open for you, and quite fast, actually. We'll draw a ton more cards in the extended readings for you. Those readings are on Patreon. I put my big all zodiac sign readings on Patreon. Super Souls, Patreon's a different site. It works on the basis of donations. You can donate as little or as much as you wish, but that gives you full access to all of the 12 extended readings for all zodiac signs. So you can watch your sun sign, your moon sign, your rising sign. You can cross watch for friends, family, and I also do a tutorial every month on Patreon too. So do check that out if that is of interest to you. But Aquarius, I think this is going to be, it's going to end up being a fast moving month for you. Hey, lovely Pisces, what is happening for super lovely Pisces for the next moon month? I'm actually seeing that card there and also that one there. Right, let us see what we have for our lovely Pisces. So we have Desk. Pay attention to your work. We have Key, successful outcome to your problems. Lovely. Cane, pay attention to your health. We have Rat, someone working against you behind your back. That's interesting. And Firecracker. How fascinating. What is this about? Because we're seeing a lot of success here. A lot of success at work particularly, and yet there's something else going on behind the scenes. And yet there's also a lot of excitement. Let's draw some runes. What else are we showing for lovely Pisces? Okay, this is groovy. So we've got the blank rune and the rune of joy. Gosh, there's lots of really groovy things going on for you. These are all really powerfully forward motion runes that are full of possibility, full of opportunity, the transitioning through of something, stuff opening up for you, stuff flowing into being. What is this about, lovely Pisces? Someone working against you behind your back. How fascinating. You have a key, successful outcome. I do feel in your working environment, I think you're about to be given an opportunity, like a key coming to you. And actually, it's really opening something up, like a firecracker, an excitement, ooh, wow, this is amazing. Pay attention to your health. We have this person here. I feel this is like a guide. You see this person here. I feel this person is a guide walking with you, which is really interesting, saying to you, look, think about your health, think about your well-being. Someone's not being entirely honest with you. What is it you're not being shown that you need to know here, Pisces? Because we've got lots of opportunities here. The blank rune, the pathway opening up for you, clarity of direction, things flowing forwards. What is this? Let's draw a spirit animal card and just see what we're shown. I do feel it is that card, Pisces. Coyote, revealer of truth. Okay, don't take things too seriously. Make time to play. Great wisdom comes from laughing at your own folly. Look out for the traps and tricks of life and learn from them. How interesting. Right, okay, now this is now becoming more clear. So Pisces, I actually basically think that I don't think this is new. Okay, what I think is kind of happening is, it does feel like a working environment. I think there's something going on behind the scenes at work. Someone isn't being quite upfront. Coyote, revealer of the truth. Now, take your time. We know from the very beginning of these readings, as I spoke about these cards and runes, these were drawn in March and these for April. And this moon month spans from March the 21st, oh, and happy birthday Pisces, by the way, March the 21st into the month of April. April 20th, we have the next new moon, which is another new moon in Aries, new moon eclipse. So we've kind of got this turning point here. Now, what's been happening in March has been an important time to slow down, to take your time and to evaluate and to kind of see the clarity of things. Learning from the tricks of life. Now, I'm seeing a shift quite early on for you, which doesn't surprise me because in a way, lovely Pisces, your kind of birthday period is coming to an end. The sun is moving from Pisces into Aries. That's partly what's symbolized by this, as what's starting with this new moon. So your birthday time, which is your month of opportunity, it's like your year of opportunities is now beginning to get going. Okay, so you're sitting in a space of possibility, lots of possibilities, and it's very much career and work focused here. Okay, and you are being offered keys here. So there's a key and an opportunity. You're being guided. A window of opportunity is coming. I actually feel, and this feels quite sad actually, I think what's going to happen this month is that you will potentially, basically I think something's going to be revealed to you, and you may discover that someone who you thought was kind of rooting for you, kind of maybe they weren't. Maybe they had their own interests at heart. You kind of might actually know who I mean already. A bit of a rat in the kitchen. You know, it reminds me of that UB40 song. There's a rat in the kitchen, what are we going to do? And it's that kind of, I think you kind of know. Maybe there's been somebody who's been operating a bit behind the scenes, undermining you. Pay attention to your health. Someone who's been aware of the, not stresses and strains of your world, but somebody who's been aware of your desires, your motivations, your hopes and your dreams. And I don't think they've been giving you the full picture. And I think as you are offered something, it's like the fog lifts. Now, the rune of joy, it's wonderful, Wunjo. This is like a new dawn. It's carried across the gap by the wings of heaven. It's a pathway opening for you. It's joyous, it's lovely, it's fabulous. And we've got the Kano, the rune of openings, initiation here. We're moving forwards, things flowing into being. So loads of possibilities that you've probably been investing in over a period of time. They start to come together. They start to get off the ground. That's what we're seeing here, Pisces. Stuff you've been wanting to pursue, that you've been putting into place, it all starts to move forwards. What you then discover is that, and you may know who this is, somebody hasn't been completely upfront with you. Basically, that's what I'm saying. And it becomes really, really clear. But don't let it get you down, because your energy is moving forwards here. You're being guided. I think it sort of comes to light, basically. That's what I'm seeing here. Yeah, somebody else's motive, someone who's been outwardly supportive, you know, saying the right things, but actually not doing them behind your back. You might actually know who this is. There's someone in your world who has not been, they just basically haven't been upfront. That's all I'm going to say, Pisces, at this stage. But I think it comes to light. It kind of gets blown open. I think it gets blown open because you actually get an opportunity to move forwards, and it reveals what they've actually been doing. Your opportunity, your rising up, your opening, successful outcome to your problems. The key that's given to you shows something up. What I do feel we need to voice really clearly, Pisces, and you know, this is just a small reading that I do here on YouTube. I'll be doing the extended readings on Patreon. I'll speak about those in a minute. What I do feel, super lovely, Pisces, I think you probably have a feeling about this, that gut feeling. And when this comes to light, the key is not to dwell in it, because your world is moving forwards now. Your opportunities, your doorways are opening, and there is absolutely no point in taking this too seriously, because it's over. You're moving on. You've got the excitement of new beginnings, of new opportunities. Stuff is flowing forward for you. It's sad when you really see the extent of somebody's, you know, behind your back stuff. It's very, very sad when you see it. But you know what? It is what it is. Don't dwell on it. Move on and beyond it. Sit with your excitement. Gather your excitement. Sit with your excitement, Pisces, and move forwards. You know, this is a time of openings for you. You've had your birthday time. This is the turning point when all this stuff starts to move forwards and take shape and take hold. Yeah, this has not been nice, but you know, and you do see, I think this is what happens because of an opportunity. You see the full extent of this. Don't dwell on it. Move beyond it. Laugh about it, because honestly, your world, you know, your validation comes through the fact that your world is now moving forwards massively. Okay, sit with your excitement rather than the disappointment in what you actually discover. Okay, Pisces, thank you so much for joining me here on YouTube. You are very welcome to join me on Patreon for the full extended readings, where I will be diving into all sorts of detailed information about all aspects of your reading, the opportunities and the excitement, where this is all going. Patreon is a very different site. It works on the basis of donations. You can contribute as little or as much as you wish, but that gives you full access to all of my extended zodiac readings for all signs. So you can check out your sun, moon, rising sign, and cross-watch as well for other people too if you wish. And I also post a tutorial on there. Super Souls, thank you so much though for joining me here. And for all of you who are watching this moon update and are on Patreon already, thank you, Super Souls, for being there. Your support enables me to continue to put tons of free stuff into the world. Pisces, have an amazing moon month. Hey Super Souls, welcome to the moon forecast part of this video. I've actually had to write myself a list. There is so much going on that's connected to this moon month. And I don't know how you guys are experiencing March so far. I know in my last moon month update, I did say we are in for a bit of a fiery time. There's going to be some really intense spikes of energy. And I don't know how things have been in your world, but in mine, I have certainly experienced those incoming, spikes of energy, I think. But sometimes they have been huge and lasted several days. So I'm going to run you through everything that's happening in the coming moon month. The energy is really primed for new beginnings. So things that have been either stuck or feeling like there's a lot of tension or friction around them, you may genuinely be able to move all of those things forwards in this moon month. The pace of the energy looks to be quite fast. And we also have 11 very long void of course periods. Now what I'll do is I'll draw attention to these as I go through each of the different phases of the moon. But if you are new to the moon stuff, a void of course is basically, it's like the little space in between each of the zodiac signs that the moon passes through when she's no longer sitting or channeling her energy through the influence of a particular zodiac sign. Now sometimes that space is really quite fleeting, it's really small. Sometimes it's quite big. And when it's quite big, certainly my experience of this is that it can feel incredibly liberating. There's a lot of freedom about it, or it can also leave you feeling a little bit out at sea sometimes. When they're really long, and we actually have one that is 18 hours long coming up, that's a long time if you're feeling out at sea. Fabulous if you're feeling liberated and you want to move something forwards. But it's really worth actually knowing when they are occurring, so that if you find yourself experiencing that kind of out at sea energy, you'll be able to check in and see when that's going to end. You'll know it's only for a certain number of hours. So I will talk about those as I give you the rundown for each of the moon phases. But first of all, let me just tell you all the other astrological stuff that's going on. I will have to check in on my my bit of paper here. So first of all, this new moon is at 0 degrees Aries. Our moon month begins with a new moon. 0 degrees Aries, well, Aries is a new astrological year. The sun is entering Aries. The moon happens to be entering Aries at the same time. This is coinciding with the equinox. It really is like a second opportunity to celebrate a new year, and in terms of an astrological new year, to really evaluate where you are and really think about where you want to go for the coming year. So very powerful energy, because Aries is all about getting started. It's fiery, it wants to get going. Now, the sun and the moon are also conjunct Mercury. Mercury is symbolized in the tarot by the card of the Magician. It's about alchemy, it's about communication, it's about manifestation. So we have an added energy here of communications, fluent communications that can actually initiate and kickstart new beginnings. So that's an added flavor here coming in. Also in Aries, we actually have Jupiter, we have Chiron, we have Vesta, and we have Eris. Jupiter wants to expand everything, make it bigger, make it better. So really empowering energy to expand our new beginnings. Chiron wants us to heal. Chiron wants us to fix things and move beyond them. So things that haven't been working can really, we can engage with this energy. We can expand things so they move forwards. So we get healing. Vesta and Aries are interesting because they're really in alignment with the feminine energy in a very masculine kind of Aryan, fiery kind of let's get going way. We have very passionate and very fiery feminine energy coming in. Vesta is symbolic of the hearth fire, the spark within, the family, the stuff that really matters. And Aries is the female warrior energy. I watched a really interesting video some time ago about Aries, and I'm afraid I cannot remember it, otherwise I would send you a link. But the guy that was speaking about this was saying, with the masculine fiery warrior energy, you know, that masculine energy will get up and fight because it can. Sometimes it's for really sort of divine masculine purposes. It's for protection. It's you know, to feed the family. It's all the you know, justice and the appropriately high energetic of the masculine, of the warrior energy. But sometimes, you know, the masculine warrior energy can just get up and fight because they feel like it. They want to be a bit competitive. They want to be, you know, it could be fueled by jealousy. There's all sorts of lower vibrations that can come in. With Aries, the energy is very much about the divine feminine who will fight because she has to. So if she's pushed into a corner, if her children are being, potentially if her children are under threat, she'll get up and fight because she has to. So we've got a lot of fiery, passionate, feminine energy coming into a very masculine sign. So again, we've got a balance of the masculine and the feminine. Now, what this really means is that we can tune in with this, with our new moon wishes and our new moon intentions, and we can really utilize this month where there is so much forward motion from a planetary perspective. This is a moon month. It's not a calendar month. It's a moon month. I always do my own, all my zodiac sign readings now are done by the moon month. So the end of March, we are going to still see some stuff being shown to us, things that we need to change. So stuff that you can do is going to be shown to you so that you can move it forwards, and in quite a fast and happening way, especially as we move into the April energy. But stuff that isn't working is also being shown to us, and we are seeing quite a kickback and a backlash of what I would call people, circumstances, situations who kind of, they're used to doing things in what I would call the old power dominated kind of ways. And we're also seeing then the rise of effectively the greater vision, the people energy, wanting to be empowered, wanting to step up, wanting to not see injustices happen anymore, wanting equality, fairness. So we're seeing the rise of this, and then we're seeing the kickback from the previous old habits of power dominance versus the empowerment of the new age. So we've got a ton of stuff in this arena, a lot of kickback, a lot of pushing and pulling of energy, stuff being shown to us where there are power structures, where there is power being dominated over others, often in inappropriate ways, people rising up and saying, that's not okay, I'm not all right with that, and then other actions being taken to try and stifle that voice. We're in this transitional energy, and you'll probably be seeing it personally in your lives, in your communities. We're seeing it globally. This is kind of a massively big transitional situation, and astrologically it's really out there. What we're seeing, which connects in with this, is that Saturn has just moved into Pisces, and in a few days' time we're going to see Pluto move into Aquarius. Saturn wants us to restructure, and Saturn wants us actually to restructure in a way that brings our spiritual values into the actuality of our lives. And Pluto wants us to rebirth into those higher values that hold the voice of the greater people, the greater good. So, you know, these are very, very powerful additional things that are going on in the beautiful heavens and in our universe at the moment. So I think I'm going to now move through into the moon phases. I'll talk you through the influence of the moon phases. I will raise the void of course bits as well. I'll let you know when they're happening. You might want to press the pause button and grab yourself a pen and paper. If you're working with a moon diary, perhaps some of you may have the manifest with the moon diary, Astro-Moon diary. If you do, it shows you the void of course periods, but it doesn't tell you the times, simply because they will vary depending on where you are. I will be bringing them up on the screen for you. I'll be bringing them up GMT time, but you should be able to therefore work out exactly what those timings are for you in your own location. And with the new and full moons, I will be showing you the exact timings across the globe. So without further ado, I will move on into the moon phases. Thank you so much for joining me today. So let's talk about this new moon in Aries. This is the beginning of our moon month. Now, it's at 0 degrees in Aries, and I'm going to bring up the exact timings depending on where you are in the globe. It will either be taking place on the 21st of March or the 22nd. The overall dynamics of the day are offering powerful levels of karmic healing. This is a moon that invites us to send our requests into the universe in the form of prayers and wishes, to set intentions, and to focus on new hope and new optimism. Now, if you meditate regularly, you might want to extend your meditations around this time, around this day. And if you've never done any meditation, if you're new to meditation, this would be the most amazing time to start. Just before the moon and the sun actually meet, we see a real surge of fiery energy that ignites the lunar pathway and connects with lots of other planetary alignments, which is really bringing in this optimum creativity with opportunities to heal, to collaborate, and to really view life through the eyes of love, to move into a higher vibrational mindset. So a very, very powerful time. Absolutely extraordinary energy for setting intentions and wishes that we then intend to actually actively work with throughout the month in terms of sowing seeds, moving things along, and in our manifestations, whether you are starting something new or you are ploughing energy into an existing project or resolving something so you can move it forwards. This really is a fast-paced moon month, and this new moon offers us that starting point. The moon then moves into her waxing crescent moon phase. This is when she moves from the new moon to her first quarter period, and this runs from March the 23rd through to the 27th, and she will pass all the way through Aries, into Taurus and through Taurus, and then into Gemini. Now, we happen to have an 8-hour void of course period between Taurus and Gemini. This happens between the 25th and the 26th of March. Now, perseverance and consistency are really key words during this particular moon phase in our manifestations. So, consistency, perseverance, even if you're feeling really fired up and really passionate about something. Now, there are some particularly strong spikes of lunar energy on the 24th and the 26th. Now, although they're fleeting, they could add traction to your emerging projects and your growth, but they could also be highlighting areas of frustration or tension where things aren't running smoothly. So, although the overall energy is suggesting a steady flow of emergence and growing potential, bear in mind the 24th and the 26th. And also that 8-hour void of course period, because if you're feeling frustrated, you may find yourself feeling a bit confused or a bit emotionally overwhelmed or a bit out at sea during the void of course space. On the other hand, if you are really surging forwards, you might actually find that you are liberated from something and feel really free to invest. So just be thoughtful about those timings. When the moon reaches her first quarter, which is between March the 28th and the 29th, she will be in Cancer, just coming into Cancer. The energy is very nurturing, and the overall astrodynamics kind of give quite a nice impetus and an opportunity to move things forwards. And we are in a tribal moon phase where we are invited to weigh things up and see the truth of any situation. So you may find you're shown some information around this time, March 28th to 29th, that gives you greater awareness, allowing you to make appropriate decisions. So pay attention to any signs and synchronicities that reveal themselves to you. And also bear in mind that we do have another 9-hour void of course period as we come into this first quarter energy. So this may be very liberating, showing you something that can free you up. But it could also show you something that gives you a wobble. It's also being shown to you to free you up, but nevertheless, you might find yourself feeling that slight unanchoredness. So just be conscious of that as we move into this full-on, very, very, supportive, actually nurturing energy of Cancer in this first quarter moon, because it's really primed for transition. The moon then moves from the first quarter to the full moon, and this is what we call the waxing gibbous moon. So she's getting bigger and bigger, and the energy really is gathering momentum. Now this runs from March the 30th through to April the 4th, and the moon will pass through Cancer, Leo, Virgo, and then into Libra. Now during this moon phase, we actually have 3 quite long void of course periods. On March the 30th, between Cancer and Leo, we have a 9-hour void of course. On April the 2nd, between Leo and Virgo, we have a 5-hour void of course. And on April the 4th, between Virgo and Libra, we have an 8-hour void of course period. Now this is quite interesting because this moon phase really does begin with a really strong call for healing. So listen up and attend to whatever is needed. The last 2 days of March, we're seeing a very distinct shift in the lunar energy, which are kind of inviting flow and rebirth. And as we then move into April, the lunar flow is on the up and is actively promoting and supporting the emergence of new ways of seeing and being and doing. So if any hold-ups show up in your world, or you experience any waves of self-doubt, now particularly around the 2nd and the 4th, when we have these 2 void of course periods, step back, observe and review. If you find yourself having that out at sea energy, just consider, the analogy I would use would consider yourself floating on one of those inflatable sort of beachy things. So you're out at sea and you're floating around. Let the waves take you where you need to go, and you'll be shown what you need to see. Allow yourself to actively work with the void of course periods as a sort of an observer, rather than fully engaging in the panic of, oh, I'm out at sea, I don't know where I'm going. This is a real couple of days when I think trusting the universe and allowing yourself to step back, step down, step away, relax, let it unfold. You're going to be shown what you need to see, because the energy supports emergence and rebirth as we head to that full moon. So really, really interesting dynamics during this time. I would be making a note of this in your diaries. I've certainly made a note of it in mine. Now, the full moon, let me bring the timings up for you so you can see what's happening in your part of the world. Now, this is a full moon that says, let's make it happen. The overall dynamics are really aligning to seriously support a sort of what I would call a big attitude of possibility. Now, a Libra full moon will always want balance and harmony, and this particular moon favours healing, forgiveness, the release of the past, but with a real sense of liberation as well, and in particular freedom of expression. So if you have felt that you haven't had a voice, or you haven't been able to say what you need to say, the energy is really supporting your expression and, saying, dare to believe, dare to speak out, have your voice, believe in possibility, because this energy is supporting growth and emergence in a very, very big way. Now, interestingly enough, depending on where you are in the world, this full moon is on April the 5th, but predominantly for most of us on April the 6th. It's a Libra full moon. But as the moon then moves, so as the full moon energy is breaking, often we can literally feel that tipping point when the moon reaches her fullness and moves on. As she moves between Libra and Scorpio, and this is moving between the 6th of April and the 7th of April, we have a phenomenal 18-hour, yep, that's serious, 18-hour void of course moon. A void of course period for 18 hours. I mean, this for me is seriously wow, given that this moon is saying, Dare to have your voice. Dare to believe in possibility, emergence, growth in every way. And suddenly there is this liberation. Now, as we know, a void, of course, can leave you feeling a little bit unanchored. But, you know, if we think of the analogy I just gave you about allowing the universe to sort of, or the sea, let's say the sea of the universe, the sea of, the sea of awareness, to take you where it will and show you what you need to see. This is the point when that wave is going to ride you into exactly the shore that you need to land on. But it could be quite a fast ride. So just be conscious of this. If you feel like it's all going a bit too fast for you, make sure you take breaks to meditate. 1 minute silent breaks all the way through the day, I find, are really, really grounding. Just literally clear your head and settle yourself down. 1 minute of complete emptiness and stillness. It works wonders. And you can come back and be refocused on maintaining your balance being optimum, as you ride those waves and head into the shore that the universe is taking you into. The moon then embarks on her disseminating or waning gibbous moon phase, and this runs from April the 7th to the 12th, passing through Scorpio, Sagittarius, and then into Capricorn. Now, we've just spoken about that 18-hour void of course moon period, which is bringing us into, initially into Scorpio, and there's also another void of course for 7 hours on April the 11th, when the moon moves from Sagittarius into Capricorn, and then again on the 13th as well when we reach the last quarter, but I'll speak about that in just a moment. But bearing in mind, this is a time when we can see heightened levels of communication. This really dominates the lunar flow for the first couple of days into this moon phase. So bringing opportunity to process at depth the powerful emergence of new possibilities. Anything that was shown at the full moon is really going to be heightened with opportunity to communicate and see what we need to see to move things forwards. This is always a moon phase when I think we have generally still got quite a lot of energy and quite a lot of momentum that is naturally with us. As the moon then passes through Sagittarius and into Capricorn, the lunar energy really does support investment, positive progress, and steady, solid results. So this is a moon phase when it's really worth being really consistent, steadfast, listen to the communications, kind of as we sort of land on that shore, if we're using that analogy, be consistent and steadfast as you unpack your boat or your raft or whatever you landed on, and start to sort of ground yourself and utilize everything that is available to you on that new shore. The lunar connections, as we come to the end of this phase, really do suggest a consolidation of existing plans alongside the clear information and the formulation of new ideas. So we're seeing renewed clarity and consolidation and making stuff real. So whatever we've been journeying through for the first part of this moon phase, we start to see some solid results, I think, at this point. The last quarter moon on April the 13th is in Capricorn. Now, it's when the moon moves from Capricorn into Aquarius, so as we come out of the last quarter energy, that we have a 5.5 hour void of course period. Now, this last quarter moon energy really does have a very fast pace about it, with lots of changeable connections throughout the day. It feels like a 4 seasons in one day kind of day. So depending on the age and stage of your various manifestations, because we're all manifesting in lots of different areas of our worlds all at the same time, I would try to maintain a balance of pausing to review whilst also kind of being active, surfing the waves and seizing the moment. It's that real super balance of achieving things, but also taking time out to stop and notice simultaneously. Really try and achieve that, because for anything that's flowing, go forward with it, enjoy the buzz. It's a really, really busy day. But if there's anything that kind of jolts through the day or doesn't feel quite right, just, put the brakes on, because the emphasis, I think, is there to push you to be busy. But actually, if there's a jolt, there's something you need to take note of. There's something you need to listen, something you need to observe. And so, if there's something that's not in balance in your world, you're probably going to be shown it on this last quarter energy. And yet it's also very, very busy as well. And of course, as we move out of that last quarter energy, we have that void of course period as well. The moon then moves into her final phase. Now this is the balsamic moon, or the waning crescent moon, from April the 14th to the 18th. She will pass through Aquarius, Pisces and into Aries. We have two relatively long void of course periods. The first is on the 15th when she moves between Aquarius and Pisces. This is 7 hours. And then again on the 17th when she moves from Pisces into Aries. This is 6 hours long. I say the 17th, it's the 17th to the 18th. Now, interestingly enough, we are now in the Mercury retrograde shadow period. Mercury will actually move into a retrograde period on the 21st, but we're well into the shadow, we're coming into the shadow, which means that things are slowing down. There may be interruptions, diversions. Things can also come back into our lives that we maybe have lost touch with or need to refind, regain, reconnect with. So it's quite interesting because the actual moon phase and the moon energy is diminishing. So if we look at the overall dynamics, this phase is actually all about movement and progress. However, steady, gentle movement and progress with a nice space of calm availability. So this is a really purposeful time, not to rush through things, but be very conscious, take thought through actions. And there is an absolutely gorgeous window of opportunity just before the new moon, which is the new moon eclipse in Aries that's coming up on the 20th. This is really asking us to slow down and create beautifully crafted wishes and intentions that will really align your desires and your manifestations with kind of your calling, your purpose, with anything that is going to create a legacy that will be worthy of future generations. It's the most utterly gorgeous opportunity. It's this window of opportunity just before the new moon when we can really bring our focus and attention to the things that we want to dream big and manifest big, but things that align us and all of our intentions and our wishes and all of our dreams and our desires and our passions with a bigger, better and brighter future, not just for ourselves, but in alignment with the overall collective. So it's a really, really magical period, I think, here where we can slow down, be purposeful, invest wisely and consciously, and kind of know that whatever we're putting out into the universe during this moon phase, we can focus upon it for our wishes and intentions for the new moon eclipse. And my goodness me, the universe is going to deliver it right back at us. So really powerful period in a very, very calm and gorgeous way. And this, of course, does align utterly beautifully with those cards that we drew in the Manifest with the Moon Astro-Moon diary of choices and decisions, with the rune of signs, signals, synchronicities, and the card of the spiritual warrior with the rune of possessions. Ambitions satisfied, unexpected rewards gained, surprises. So aligning with the energy and calling of the spiritual warrior. These cards and runes really, really do powerfully tune in with exactly the energy of April. It's absolutely gorgeous. Moon Magic family, thank you so much for joining me. I hope the forecast is helpful and useful to you. I know I actually checked in on my own last month when things were getting a bit intense and found it quite grounding, so I hope it offers you the same. I will be doing Archangel readings, so do watch out for those. I always do Archangel readings for the new and full moons. And I will also be uploading the next tutorial on Patreon. For those of you that are just here on YouTube, I will be uploading that tutorial here on YouTube for 48 hours as well. So do check it out. The subject of that is the impact of Saturn moving into Pisces and of Pluto moving into Aquarius, and we will be doing some readings as well as part of that tutorial to find out how that energy is affecting you personally. Tons and tons of love to you. Thank you so much for liking, sharing and subscribing. All of these things help me to keep putting free stuff into the world. Tons of love to you all.